set my soul on fire. Only you can take me higher. It was you that set me free. What was love before I know? It's like a wind that didn't blow. And you are all I need. I just have to let you know that maybe there's a place for you and me here. I just have to let you know that it's you I'm thinking of. That it's you I'm thinking of. You were born to be alive with the beauty in our minds and share it with the world. It's too easy just to hate and to throw it all away, just adding to the hurt. I just have to let you know maybe there's a place for you and me, you and me. Like the sunlight breaks through a cloudy day. It's you I'm thinking of. Baby, it's you I'm thinking of, yeah. Let's all get together, 'cause this is what we've got. This is what we've got. I just have to let you know. Ooh, it's you I'm thinking of. Baby, it's you I'm thinking of. I just have to let you know maybe there's a place for you and me, you and me. I just have to let you know that maybe there's a place for you and me. I just have to let you know that it's you I'm thinking of. That it's you I'm thinking of. And let's bring it all together. 'Cause it's you I'm thinking of. Baby, let's bring it all together. Yeah, yeah. 'Cause it's you, yes, it's you. Yes, it's you I'm thinking of. Woo, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh. It's you, yes, it's you, yes, it's you I'm thinking of. Woo-hoo, it's you I'm thinking of. Woo-hoo. It's you I'm thinking of.
So there we go, a great song called You I'm Thinking Of from Relish, and I'm pleased to say that Carl and Kenny are joining me now in the studio. Guys, welcome.
Thanks for having us.
First of all, Kenny, tell us about that song, about the background to that song.
Well, it was just, we'd nearly finished the album, the first album. We were a couple of songs short, and to be honest, it was something that was written very quickly. Might even have been written in less than an hour. We didn't consider it as anything other than an album track, and the NR team heard it. And the head of NR said, that has got to be a single. We were like, you sure about that? And it really did very well for us,
Turned out to be one of your biggest hits, didn't it, in the end?
It did indeed.
Yeah. Great stuff. So Carl, tell us all about Relish. For people like me who remember you guys from the beginning, we're talking about probably 18 years ago, maybe?
I'm not quite sure where to begin, Robin. I suppose as Relish as Ken and myself, we go way back. We go right back to the very beginning. As we're brothers, I'm sure you've worked that out. So we come from our parents are South African. They had an interracial marriage deemed illegal in South Africa back in the late 60s. So they came to Northern Ireland to start a new life, and the only thing they brought with them was a record collection of a lot of jazz, mostly jazz, some blues, some soul, world music, funk, and that sort of thing. And this kind of forms the backdrop of our musical knowledge and upbringing. And I started to play the drums at a young age and Ken the guitar, and we spent most of our teenage years just playing together, forming bands around ourselves with various different members, based in Downpatrick, where Ken still is, and I'm in Belfast now. But there was a great musical hub in Downpatrick. A lot of course, we can mention bands that have gone on to prove the success of that little town, like Ash and The Answer, and going further back, Rosetta Stone, and there's still a lot of sort of old legends knocking around that town. So it was a great musical environment. Eventually, we kind of dug deep and got a sound that we liked around the late 90s, signed with EMI Records, and released a couple of albums with EMI to some varying degrees of success in particular territories. In Ireland we did very well, UK we did okay.
You were massive in countries like Japan, weren't you?
Yeah, we had some strange success in Japan, and most especially Indonesia. We were in fact in Indonesia this year for the first time ever, to sort of get a glimpse into what that success means in real terms, you know, for us. Eye-to-eye contact, and we played the Java Jazz Festival, and it was just staggering. It was unbelievable. That track I'm thinking of has taken on a life of its own in Indonesia, and it's strange. We have to finish the set with that one. Normally we'd slot it in the middle somewhere. Playing normally Rainbow Zephyr would be, you know, the track that Westlife ended up doing a cover of.
Of course, everybody remembers Rainbow Zephyr. You give it to Westlife, it became Hey Whatever for Westlife, didn't it?
Just another unusual request, but a nice one.
Yeah.
What was most unusual about it was that they wanted to tweak some of the lyrics. So it was one thing, Westlife themselves covering a track, and then another thing to change a few lyrics. But in fact, if you were to compare the two, there's probably about 5 lines, but importantly, that main chorus line, Rainbow Zephyr, is changed to Hey Whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think it's the best thing they ever did.
Of course. So Kenny, you must have over the years seen some changes in the music industry from you were beginning way back in the 90s to now.
Well, certainly the formats have changed. When we were sort of doing our thing early days, CD was a big thing. I remember us having debates with the record label about trying to get some vinyl pressed, and they were like, no, it's gone. So, and now we're seeing a vinyl resurgence in the face of all this digital explosion. But it's an interesting time in the industry. There are some new labels cropping up, small ones doing wonderful things. The big indie labels are sort of struggling, let's say. The major labels are doing very well again. So it'll be interesting to see who fills that middle ground with what's coming through.
So you guys have been working on a new album, haven't you? Why is it taking so long to get this album
This
together?
is a great question, and unfortunately I don't have the answer for that one. Albums are funny things, you know. It's a moment in time you capture, and just at this moment in time we're very busy. And you know, music's just a part of our life right now, and you know, as much as we would like to have the album in the can and out, it just, for us, it's always the last 2-3 songs that present the most difficulty, because you want to close the chapter and do it right.
Yeah.
And for us, it's finding a place to do that and a way to do it. And right now, I don't think either of us will say, apart from the tracks we've already done, we're satisfied with that, but we haven't got a satisfactory ending to this picture right now. So once we get that, we'll get it out and we'll be happy. But what's really good about this period of time for us, normally we would tour for a while, get the songs built up, play them live, see what the reaction is, blah, blah, you know, the usual sort of process for rock bands. This time, the songs are very fresh, they've hardly been played at all. We're just going to release it. So it's really exciting because it's going to be as fresh for us as it will be for everybody else. So by the time we get out there and really tour it, we're still going to have that buzz about the tracks, you know.
All right,
So, yeah.
great stuff. Tell us about the next song you're going to do for us.
The next song will be Got It Made, which is actually a brand new song. So, first time out in Northern Ireland. Here we go.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. The first time hearing it, here's Relish.
When I've reached finish line and I can still catch my breath, I got it made, I got it made. And I can say no to the trouble, but yes to the world. I got it made, I got it made. If I can reach out and touch you, and I can see your beautiful smile, I got it made, I got it made. If you can say I love you and I don't need it back, hey, I got it made, I got it made. If you can understand me and I don't have to say a word, I got it made, I got it made. If I can be the person that I was meant to be, we can see, we can be free, I got it made, I got it made. 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 Ooh, I got it made, I got it made. I got it made, I got it made. What you already got, you know. What you already are, you know. I can see the light, I can see the light, I can see the light. Na 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 na. When I've reached finish line and I can still catch my breath, I got it made, I got it made. When I can say no to the trouble, yes to the world, I got it made, I got it made. If I can reach out and touch you, and I can see your beautiful smile, I got it made, I got it made. I got it made, I got it made.